Hi, this is Melissa Jakowski, and this is my second speech for public speaking class at Pennsylvania Highlands Community College. Today I'd like to talk to you about how easy it is to become a notary public in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and how lucrative it really can be. Everybody needs some extra holiday cash. This is a great way to provide a service to Commonwealth residents and earn a little extra income. There are some basic rules to becoming a notary in Pennsylvania. Number one, you must be at least 18 years old. You must also either reside or be employed within the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You must also be able to prove that you are of good moral character, integrity, and have the ability to perform the tasks associated with this public office. Those who would not be eligible to become a notary include any person holding any judicial office, with the exception of a magistrate judge. So counties, superiors, Supreme Court judges cannot be notary publics in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Also not eligible would be any member of the United States Congress or a person holding an office or appointment of profit or trust under the legislative, executive, or judiciary departments. So basically, if you're a politician, you pretty much can't be a notary public, which says a lot about our politicians. Also, any members of the Pennsylvania State General Assembly are not eligible. There's just one education requirement, and that is a 3-hour pre-approved notary public education course. You must take this preparatory course within 6 months immediately preceding your notary application. And really, the purpose of this course is to help potential notaries become familiar with the duties and responsibilities associated with this public office. These classes have become much easier to take. You can actually register and take them online now. And some places do still offer the traditional classroom setting if that's what you prefer. There are places in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Harrisburg that do offer the online courses, and these can actually be found at www.notary.org. Now, according to the Pennsylvania State website, this is what they prefer you go through to take the online classes. Everything else must be pre-approved. If in the event that you do prefer the traditional classroom setting, the closest place to us would be the Community College of Allegheny County. There's actually a law institute for notaries in Utah as well, and their website is www.notarylaw.com. Now, along with the education requirement, a notary must also be able to obtain a bond. And this must be done within 45 days of appointment as a Pennsylvania public official, which essentially is a notary public. A notary must obtain a minimum of a $10,000 surety bond. Now, this protects the public, not the notary. Everything must be approved by the Secretary of the Commonwealth. Any information that you're going to obtain about your background, showing that you're of good moral character, the bonding, the class requirements, everything must be provided and submitted with your Pennsylvania notary bond application. So they're really going to look into your background to make sure that you are of good character and able to obtain a bond. There's many places that provide these surety bonds. One that I found, which had a very low cost, was CNA Sureties. They'll provide a notary with a $10,000 4-year bond for a minimal cost of $50. So we're not talking about a huge startup fee to obtain this bond. Once you've gotten all of that paperwork in order, you can actually go ahead and apply at the Pennsylvania Department of State website. Now, there are essentially lots of power that comes with becoming a notary public. You're going to be administering oaths and affirmations. You're going to certify copies and take depositions, verifications, and other sworn testimonies. Knowing or willingly making false oaths, depositions, or acknowledgments before a notary public could cause a person to become guilty of perjury and subject to criminal penalties. So this is serious stuff. basically you're attesting to the fact that you are who you say you are. I am who I say I am. We both have read and acknowledged these documents. And now I'm going to swear to that, and I'm going to put my signature on this. Also accompanied with your signature is a rubber stamp seal with the words sworn and subscribed, because essentially that's what you're doing. You're swearing and subscribing to the facts that remain on the documents that you are signing. You cannot transfer your notary powers to another person. Every person who becomes a notary public in the Commonwealth must complete all of the requirements, as well as the educational class and getting a bond. And again, everything must be submitted to the Secretary of State. There are fees that you can charge for providing notary services to the public. These fees are actually set forth by the Secretary of the Commonwealth. You cannot charge in excess to these fees, and you must display them prominently in your place of business or your home, wherever you're doing the notaries out of. You can, however, waive your right to charge a fee. In other words, if you're helping a friend by notarizing something, you don't have to charge them. However, if you do charge a fee, you must record it. It's just like if you were receiving a 1099 contract pay. It's still income, so you must pay taxes on that income that you bring in. You can charge additional fees for the preparation of the documents that you're notarizing. However, on a customer receipt, these fees must all be itemized to show that you're not charging in excess to the fees that have already been set forth by the government. Some examples of things that a notary can perform for the public would be executive affidavits, which you could charge $5 per page for. Acknowledgements, also $5, with any additional names being an additional $2 of income. Executing certificates are $5. Administering oaths are $5 per individual. Taking depositions are $3 per page. Executing verifications are $5, and making protests to the courts, you can actually charge $3 per page. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but working in an attorney's office, we have several situations where we need to call upon a notary public, and the amount that we pay could be in excess of $100 a week. So for additional income, it's really a pretty good gig. Some interesting facts about notary publics. With technology, it has become so much easier to go ahead and apply and get your bond and get your education requirements fulfilled. You can also e-notarize now, meaning residents of Pennsylvania can submit paperwork that needs to be notarized via the internet, and you can electronically place your notary public signature on those documents once you've verified all of the information. A notary cannot act as a witness for a will or estate that they are notarizing. There must be two separate people witnessing these documents, and a notary cannot be one of them. Now, a notary public may not refuse to service anybody unless they are unsure of their identity, their awareness, or their willingness. If somebody seems to be signing under detest, you don't have to notarize it. You can also deny somebody service if you believe that there's any fraud or you suspect anything just doesn't seem right. One thing a notary public cannot do is draft a legal document or solve legal disputes in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You can sit in a mediation process with people whose signatures are going to be applied to legal documents, but you cannot offer any advice, and you certainly cannot provide the legal aspects of the mediation. You can only sign and attest to the fact that the people who are there read and agree upon the documents that you are notarizing. It sounds like a lot of work. As long as you don't have a criminal background or something that would lead the Secretary of the State to believe that you are not of good moral character, it is very easy to become a notary. And that extra income this time of year is helpful for everyone. All of the information that I provided can be found on the Pennsylvania Department of State website, and there are also links which make it easier for you to kind of navigate around to where the classes are, how to get the bond, how to submit the application to the Secretary of State. Technology has made this all a lot easier, and I hope you'll look into it because it's great money and it's a pretty good gig for somebody who wants to go out and spend a bunch of money at Christmas.